Good day everyone, welcome to the final video in the isometric sketching series. In this one we have a bit of tricky geometry because not only are we sketching out an isometric curve, the isometric curve has also been sliced, so it's not just a straight circle like is shown in the front elevation. In fact, the curve is coming back up to this point and then coming back down. So we're going to tackle that in a slightly different way today. Usually I talk about creating first, but in this particular case, because we've got the slope on here, we're going to just work on the back face first to get that curve drawn in, and then we can project those sizes out from a cut point and measure forward. So there is a wee bit more measuring in this one, but I don't think it's outside anyone's ability level. So starting off from the corner B, that's down here, we need to measure back to get the depth of this shape, 10, 20, 36. So measure along that line, 36 millimeters, 10, 20, 36 gives us a point there. And let's measure that up. Now I measured ahead of time, and this is radius 38. So from that point we need to come up 10, 20, 38, right there. And we can take that line right back. Now we're going to draw this face out, imagining it's like a work plane that we're going to put all this geometry on. So 10, 20, 38 gives us the centre point. Then we can go 10, 20, 38 gives us the faraway point. We can draw that line vertically down, flip the ruler around in this direction and draw that back. And here we've got our work plane. This is the centre point, and we need to bring that size down, and then we need to, from the centre point, join up with the corners. I'm going to show you that in real time here, right now. So I'm going to drop this size down, and then join it up with the corner at the top there, join it up with the corner here. And then same thing we do all the time, we divide it in half, and then half again, divide that line in half, and then in half again. Now, this is where it starts to get a wee bit more complicated, but again, it's not outside anyone's skill level. If you imagine, we can draw on the isometric curve here, right, very roughly done. If we project these lines out, or if we take these points out and measure along them, then we can start to fill in where that curve's going to go, and we can draw between them a nice isometric curve. I'll do that a bit more accurately. Let me get rid of the curve as well. I'll do that a bit more accurately up in the front elevation here. If we can start off by squaring this circle, just drawing a square around it at both the outside points, the one at the left and the one at the top. And then we can draw a line at 45 degrees, going from the centre point up to the top corner. And we're going to use this point right here where that line crosses over the circumference of the circle, and we're going to project that across to the back of our end elevation. And while we're at it, we can take that across as well. We don't really need to, but that's it there. Next, we need to measure from the top. So measuring right against the top there, that looks to be 7. So project the line down here, and then measure along that 7. And that's going to be the top point of our circle. And then we can measure from the back again, how far out this line sticks, and that looks to be 16. Just where this line crosses over here, the distance between these two lines is 16. So set a ruler to 30 degrees and project out from these points. Now that line, that gives us a line that's roughly there, but on this one we need a bit more. And we can measure out 16 from there, 10, 15, 16. Okay, measure down from this line is 10, 15, 16, right there. And it joins up with the bottom corner, so we can go ahead and we can just sketch that in there just now as a nice construction line. And 30 degrees the other way from the bottom corner here, bringing that right in. So this gives us, I'll try and plot these in dark blue. There's 1 point, 2 point, 3 points, 4 points, 5 points. for our isometric circle. And if you use the tips I told you last time, like remembering not to look at the tip of your pencil, but instead look at where your pencil is going next, that'll help you fill this curve in smoothly. So there we have this, and then it comes down to here, and then it comes all the way down there. Now you probably heard a noise there, that was me moving my iPad into the right position. I've been turning it around on the table, and because this is just a circle on a flat plane here, we can draw that shape in. And there we have the basics of this shape, at least the isometric circle part of it anyway. Next thing we need to do is we need to establish where or how far along from corner B that line is. And to do that, we just need to measure from corner B and mark it on. So from corner B, that is 10, 20, let's call it 23 millimeters. 23 from corner B. It's like I'm a poet and I'm not aware of it. 1, 2, 3, 23 millimeters. Gives us this shape here. And looking at the front of the end elevation here, that is just a flat, straight up and down face. So we can get away with drawing that in. I'm going to draw this in as a cuboid. We're looking for the end point of this line, and that is 10, 15, 16, 17, 18 tall. So lining it up here, and we go, there's 10, there's 18. So that's us got the start point and the end point of that line. We line it up, we can draw that in, and if we set our ruler to 30 degrees, we can just take that all the way back, like so. A couple of wee things missing here, and we need to measure the distance now from the front to where this intersects the cut face. So to do that, just line it up. That size looks to be 13 again, so it's like a wee square. So measuring back along from this point, we can measure along 13. There's 10, 11, 12, 13. And that gives us a point there, and we can join that up with the corner at B again, and then 30 degrees, and take that all the way back, like that. Now something looks quite off here, and because this, because we have this detail here where the cuboid is following the line of the circle. Okay, now because this is, we're drawing in 3D, and this circle follows, or the extruded part here, this whole section, because that follows the shape of the circle out here, we in fact need to go from this line, and we need to bring this out at 30 degrees. That's 27. There's 30 degrees there. So wherever that crosses over the circumference of the circle, we bring it out. And we can freehand in, recurve there, and then we can go ahead and outline. Now I'm going to go and outline this in time lapse again, so I'll catch you on the other side. There we go, folks. That brings this series of videos to a conclusion. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time for the oblique videos. Take care. Happy sketching.